We have different core facilities here at URI, which you would get different instrumentation. For example, the Q-TOF instrument that we use in our lab, the different mass spectrometer instruments that we have around campus for different types of analysis. That really helps. Not only that though, the ability to have access to those and the ability to have an interdisciplinary research is the main characteristics that I would say for URI.
The opportunities for our fantastic core facilities for researchers are really great. So the Rhode Island Embry core facility and the pharmacy building is one of the things that attracted me to come here. And now we have the new engineering building core facilities, which have a fantastic analytical core and fantastic imaging core. A lot of our students are surprised when they come here just how amazing the research opportunities are for that alone.
We're investigating these carbon nanotubes, and we have a specialized microscope. Actually, there's only, I would say, 5 in the country that that exist. So one of those is in our lab, and we worked with a company to develop this optical microscope, very specialized, and my students get trained on this, and then they're able to investigate their samples.
I'm really utilizing the supercomputers that the university offers. So there's different supercomputer clusters that I have access to that give me all the computational power to just run my numerical simulations.
So I study underwater sound, and to do this I also use mobile platforms. So my lab at URI is called the Opera Lab. We don't sing, but it stands for Ocean Platforms, Experiments, and Research in Acoustics. And so I'm really interested in studying underwater sound, and I'm interested in particularly how we do that using different oceanographic platforms. So in my lab, we have a Sea Glider, autonomous underwater vehicle. So this is a vehicle that goes out in the ocean for weeks or months on its own. That's why we call it autonomous. And we've equipped it with acoustic sensors. And so this will go out and just passively listen. And so we can listen for signals that we send, or we can listen for marine animals or anthropogenic noise.
My lab, we are developing wearable sensors as one main project. So we are embedding carbon nanotubes into textiles and then using those textiles to make a wearable sensor for different types of diseases, or so we made a smart bandage that can detect infections inside of wounds. So we have a lot of different projects going on in my lab that a student can get involved in at any level. I have a high school student who's starting this summer. I have undergraduates, I have graduate students. So I do have a rather large laboratory, and yeah, we just have a variety of projects.
Our lab does research on pulmonary drug delivery applications. So we're really focused on using drug-loaded nanoparticles and microparticles to deliver therapeutics to the lungs for treating things like pulmonary hypertension, lung cancer, pulmonary fibrosis. So our big goal is to improve therapeutics for treating pulmonary diseases, whether that be for being more effective or having less side effects for patients.
They actually invited UC Santa Cruz professor to come and tour at URI, and he was walking through our research labs and was like, what is going on? Like, this is excellent spaces. So really the molecular lab working space was something that I thought was excellent. It's where I spend a lion's share of my time. And then the quality of faculty here too, specifically in the marine sciences, is something that attracted me. Marta is one of the top researchers in the world when it comes to aquaculture and immunology. And the group that she's created here in the marine science has really been able to push the boundaries, not only in terms of the questions we're asking, but the tools that we're using to ask those questions.
What is most underappreciated about URI is the amount of resources and just the cutting edge equipment that we have here. If you look in the engineering building, we have $20 million worth of equipment. We are rivaling the big name schools in Boston with what we have here. And I think it's a very big draw for students to come here and just to get involved and see what we have here.